All right, so get ready, because today we're going to dive deep into something super fascinating.
Yeah.
We're going to be unpacking the 6 human needs,
Yay.
which may not sound that exciting, but trust me,
I
this
bet
is way more interesting than it sounds.
All right.
This isn't just some dry psych lecture. It's about really understanding
Right.
what makes people tick. Like what?
Yeah. Think of it like getting like a backstage pass
Yeah.
to how people work. Like understanding these needs
Oh, wow. Okay.
can really help you understand your own actions.
Oh, interesting.
Predict maybe how other people are going to react and even build better relationships.
I am already hooked.
Good.
So where do we even start with this whole 6 needs thing?
Well, Robbins starts with the need for certainty.
Okay.
It's all about like that feeling safe and secure, knowing what to expect.
Right.
And like basically trying to avoid pain.
Okay.
Like it's pretty primal, right?
Totally. Yeah, like that feeling when you're about to give a presentation
Yeah.
and, your heart's racing, your palms are sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
That's like your need for certainty screaming like danger, unknown territory.
Yeah, precisely. And think about it. Continuous pain equals damage.
Yeah.
And in like extreme cases, that can be, life-threatening.
Right.
So we are wired to seek out certainty, like to keep ourselves safe.
To feel secure, we crave certainty.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that I find super interesting.
Okay.
Robbins says we can meet this need in positive, neutral, or even negative ways.
That's right.
Like what?
So imagine like you're feeling super stressed out.
Oh.
A positive way to like regain that certainty might be something like hitting the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Those endorphins do wonders for creating like a sense of well-being.
Oh, really?
Neutral way could be something like sticking to your routine.
Right.
Predictable, familiar, safe.
Yep.
But then there's the negative ways, like stress, eating a whole bag of chips,
Yeah.
or like lashing out at someone to like feel in control.
Oof. Yeah, I've definitely been there with the chips.
Yeah.
But it feels good in the moment,
Right.
but long-term, not so much.
No.
And that's what Robbins calls out is we can get like addicted to those negative ways
Yeah.
of meeting our needs, even when they're like harmful in the long run.
Right. He makes this great analogy about like staying in a bad relationship for too long.
Oh.
It's not good for you, but it feels familiar.
Right.
And that familiarity brings like a sense of certainty, even if it's like a false sense of certainty.
That's a really powerful way to put it.
Yeah.
So we crave certainty, but then Robbins flips the script and says we also need uncertainty or variety in our lives.
Yes.
It does seem a little counterintuitive.
It does.
But when you think about it, we get bored with routine.
We do.
We crave novelty and change, even if it's something as small as like trying a new coffee shop or taking a different road to work.
Totally.
Like even something as simple as watching a movie. Have you ever rewatched a favorite movie?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
You kind of want that familiar feeling, but you're also excited to see it again. Maybe notice details you missed the first time around.
Absolutely. It's that like sweet spot between the comfort of the known and the excitement of the unknown.
Yeah.
And just like with certainty, we can meet this need for variety in healthy or unhealthy ways.
Okay, so positive variety might be learning a new skill or taking on a new challenge at work.
Exactly.
Neutral could be just chatting with a friend and hearing their perspective on something.
Yeah.
But then negative variety, that's where things can get tricky.
Yeah.
That could be anything from gambling to like reckless driving things that give you a rush, but can also lead to some serious consequences.
You got it. And it's important to like recognize that those negative ways of seeking variety are often a sign that like deeper needs aren't being met in a healthy way.
Okay.
Which brings us to needs 3 and 4.
Okay.
Significance and connection or love.
Wait, significance?
It's about feeling important, unique, needed.
Like when you get recognized for a job well done and you get that little boost of confidence, we all crave that feeling to some degree, right?
Absolutely. Robbins actually uses a pretty intense example to illustrate this.
Oh, okay.
He talks about someone holding a gun to your head.
Oh, gosh.
Suddenly that person becomes the most significant person in your life, right?
Yeah. Wow. That's a little dark, but I see your point.
Yeah.
It definitely highlights how deep this need for significance runs.
Exactly. But thankfully, in everyday life, we usually meet this need in like less dramatic ways.
Right. So how do we typically seek out significance?
Well, think about times you felt truly valued.
Okay.
It could be through achievements at work,
Hmm.
acts of generosity, using your talents to help others.
Yeah.
These are all healthy ways to fulfill that need.
Okay.
But then there are the unhealthy ways,
Like
putting others down to feel superior or constantly seeking validation on social media.
it's like those times when you catch yourself like humble bragging and you're like,
Yeah.
wait, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
It all comes back to needing to feel significant.
Exactly. And this need for significance ties directly into the need for connection or love.
Okay.
Robbins argues this is deeper than just like surface level connection.
Right.
It's about that feeling of belonging, of having like a genuine, intimate bond with others.
And here's where it gets really relatable.
Yeah.
I think Robbins says that most people unconsciously create problems just to connect with others.
Really?
It feels safer than risking rejection.
Wow.
It's like, woe is me, please comfort me.
Interesting.
It's crazy when you think about it.
It is. It's a defense mechanism, a way to avoid putting our true selves out there and potentially getting hurt.
Right.
You know, when we have problems, we receive sympathy and support,
Yeah.
which fulfills that need for connection.
Okay, hold on. This is a lot to process so far.
Yeah.
We've got certainty, uncertainty, significance, and connection. They all seem very self-focused.
Yeah, you're picking up on something important.
Okay.
These are what Robbins calls like the needs of the personality. They're essential for survival and navigating the world,
Right.
but they don't necessarily lead to true fulfillment.
Okay.
That comes from the final two needs, the spiritual needs.
Spiritual needs. Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What exactly does that mean in this context? Spiritual needs. Okay. I'm intrigued. What exactly does that mean in this context?
Yeah, so think of these needs as the ones that kind of take us beyond ourselves.
Okay.
That connect us to something bigger, you know?
Right.
The fifth need is growth. The feeling of like expanding learning,
Okay.
becoming more than who we were yesterday. It's essential for human happiness. Have you ever like worked really hard towards a goal
Yeah.
and felt that sense of accomplishment even if you weren't quite there yet?
Oh, absolutely. It's like when I finally finished that half marathon I was training for,
Yeah.
it wasn't just about crossing the finish line. The
Yeah.
whole process of training, pushing myself and seeing how much stronger I became,
Yeah.
that's where the real satisfaction was.
Exactly. And Robbins makes like a really interesting point about this. He says that the real purpose of a goal isn't the goal itself. It's who you become in the process of achieving it.
So it's not about the destination. It's about the transformation that happens along the way.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It makes me think about those times when I've gotten so fixated on the outcome that I've missed out on the joy of the journey.
Right.
Okay, so we've got growth. What's the sixth need?
The sixth need is contribution, using our unique gifts and talents to make a positive impact on the world around us.
Okay.
It's about giving back, helping others, making a difference that goes beyond ourselves.
It's that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you volunteer your time or when you do something kind for a stranger.
Yes.
Or even when you just offer a listening ear to a friend who's going through a tough time. It's about connecting to something larger than ourselves, which in turn gives our lives more meaning.
Exactly. It taps into that innate desire we all have to leave the world a little bit better than we found it. And when we meet this need, it creates a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment that goes way beyond simply meeting our own individual needs.
Okay, so to recap, we've got the 6 human needs.
Okay.
Certainty, uncertainty, variety, significance, connection, love, growth, and contribution.
Yep.
And Robbins' point is that everyone meets these needs somehow. The key is, how are your methods sustainable and empowering? Are you relying on those quick fixes and harmful behaviors? Or are you finding healthy, fulfilling ways to get those needs met?
You got it. And to illustrate how complex this can be, how different needs can intersect and even seem to contradict each other, Robbins tells this great story about a teenage girl he met at an airport.
Oh, yeah, the one with the whole gothic look,
Exactly.
lots of piercings, dark makeup.
Yeah.
She seemed like she was going for that I'm different, don't mess with me vibe.
Exactly. She stood out from the crowd, and Robbins, being Robbins, was curious about what was driving her to present herself that way. It seemed like a pretty clear attempt to meet that need for significance, right?
Yeah, like, look at me. I'm unique. I'm not like everyone else.
Exactly. But then there was this twist.
Oh, wow.
She also had this Tigger keychain, like from Winnie the Pooh.
Weird.
And not just a keychain. Tigger curtains, Tigger sheets, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
It seemed completely at odds with her tough exterior.
Totally.
Right. It's like she was simultaneously meeting her need for significance through her rebellious look, but also seeking comfort and certainty through this beloved childhood character.
It highlights how we often try to meet multiple needs at once, sometimes in ways that seem contradictory on the surface.
Yeah,
But when you understand the underlying needs, it starts to make a lot more sense.
exactly.
So what does all of this mean for us, for the everyday person who's just trying to navigate life? Why should we care about understanding these 6 human needs?
Because it gives us a whole new way of understanding human behavior, both our own and that of others. Instead of just reacting to someone's actions,
Right.
we can start to see the underlying motivations driving those actions.
So rather than judging someone as attention-seeking or lazy or difficult,
Yeah.
we can ask ourselves, what need are they trying to meet through this behavior?
Right.
It's like a secret decoder ring for human interaction.
Exactly. It encourages compassion and understanding, not just for others, but for ourselves as well. We all have these needs, and we all try to meet them in different ways, some healthy, some not so healthy.
Right.
But by understanding the needs themselves, we can start to make more conscious and empowering choices about how we're going to meet those needs in our own lives.
And Robbins isn't suggesting that we judge ourselves or others for how we're currently meeting our needs.
Right.
It's more about awareness and choice.
Yeah.
It's like having a toolbox. You wouldn't use a hammer for every job, right?
That's a great analogy.
Similarly, there are different tools or strategies for meeting our needs effectively.
And the more tools we have in our toolbox, the better equipped we are to navigate life's challenges and create more fulfilling experiences.
So it's about identifying our go-to tools, those default ways we typically meet our needs, and then asking ourselves, are these tools really serving me? Are there healthier, more sustainable ways I could be getting these needs met?
Exactly. It's about moving from unconscious patterns to conscious choices, from being driven by our needs to being guided by them. And that's where the real power lies.
Yeah, it's like we're trading in that rusty old toolbox
Yeah.
for like a shiny new set
Yeah.
of high-quality tools,
It
ready to build something amazing.
really is. And once you learn to use those tools effectively, you can start to create a life that feels more aligned, more authentic and more fulfilling.
Right.
You can build stronger relationships, achieve goals that truly matter to you, and tap into a deeper sense of purpose and well-being.
So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive into the 6 human needs,
Okay.
what's like the most important thing for our listeners to take away from all of this?
Well, I think the most important thing is to remember that these needs are universal.
Right.
Every single one of us has them.
Hmm.
And understanding these needs can be a powerful tool for personal growth and transformation.
Okay.
It's not about judging ourselves or others. It's about cultivating awareness and compassion.
It's like gaining X-ray vision
Yeah.
into human behavior.
It is.
You can start to see yourself and the people around you with new eyes.
And with that new perspective comes a deeper understanding of the forces that shape our actions and choices.
Right.
It allows us to approach our relationships, our goals, and our lives with greater intention and purpose.
All right, so fellow deep divers, here's a final thought to ponder as you go about your day.
Okay.
Think about your own life and ask yourself, what are your top 2 needs? How are you meeting them right now?
Right.
And are there any healthier, more fulfilling ways you could be addressing those needs?
It's a question worth exploring.
Yeah.
Take some time to reflect on it.
Yeah.
It could lead to some incredible insights and positive changes in your life.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the 6 human needs.
It's fun.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep diving deep into those fascinating depths